Hi, I'm Bill from MessickStove on YouTube and MessickStove.com. Take a look at my website and you'll be able to see these fine stoves by DNS Machines and also the other stoves and boilers that I sell from DNS as well. This here is the Comfort Max 75. It's what I want to call the little brother of the 110 and the 160. It's very similar to the 160 and the 110 stove. The only difference is this one kind of goes east to west when you load it versus north to south straight in. So, and then the channel in the back is in the back instead of on the right hand side. Like the 160 and the 110 has the channel for the heat and the cast iron walls on the right hand side on the inside. This one's straight in the back behind the fire brick wall. So I just want to go over the stove with you a little bit, show you the stove. There's some photos on my website about this. This is a very fine stove, and the biggest thing with DS products is any of them. This is very similar to the 160, so if you watch some of my 160 videos, you'll get an understanding as well. I do apologize for some of the shaky here. On the back, there's the air regulator, little dial. You're going to be able to dial this to control the amount of air that comes in the back of the stove. Like you see, I opened it up, and as it gets heat, as the stove gets hotter, it's a bimetal regulator. It's going to actually close itself off and basically ride at a steady temperature there. So there's also the plate. It's a Comfort Max model 75, and it has a little UL listing markings on it as well, which is very important for those who have their homeowners insurance. They want to have that. The back here is also very similar to the 110. You can see the little space in between it. There's also a space between the stove itself and the sides here. There's at least a couple of inches. Same as the back. This here is your stove damper. Okay, you slide this back and forth. This is open position. This is closed position. The biggest difference on the on the stove damper on the 75. Just bear with me. We'll get this pipe off for you. Okay, and we can see in there pretty good. That's open. Closed. You notice that this stove damper is actually cast iron. The 110 and the 160 is not cast iron system on top. It actually rides on the ceiling with a piece of steel plate. So this one actually has a cast iron unit, and one of the reasons is that there's more heat set up and concentrated on this unit, so the cast iron will be able to take that heat, and also the cast iron will also hold the heat and radiate it off into your home. Circulator tubes, just like the 110 and the 160. And there's also, this is the other side of the stove. Okay, great stove. Any of the DNS products are really great, by the way. This thing here goes up to like 2,000 square feet of your home, and it's as low as I believe it's down to like 1,000 square feet, between 1,000 and 2,000 square feet. Now you can see the little stainless steel. Let me open the door up. Nice wide door. It has to be wide because you're loading east to west. And as you can see the door, let me see if I can back up and get the shot in there. The rope gaskets, everything's built. It's a cast iron door, very well built. And this is a stainless steel piece that comes out. Okay, so now you can see the firebox. This is not just for looks. The Comfort Max plate is not just for looks. It also allows the wood to stay in there, so you can load it a little higher as well, keep it from rolling out on the floor. A lot of older stoves used to have that, and some of them actually used to have, some of the older models had plates across the top here that was a cast iron that will allow you to pile coal up even higher inside the firebox. So you've probably seen the photos inside the firebox before on my website, MessickStove.com. and they'll show you some photos with the bricks, fire bricks removed. You also can see there's a cast iron louver on the right, cast iron louver on the bottom left. That's how the air gets into the firebox. If I'm going too fast, if you're not quite sure, I do apologize, but a lot of this is a repeat of what I'm going over for the Energy Max 160 as well. There's the reburn tubes in the ceiling. Now, this little lip is the same thing as the air wash. This is what we bounce it all around here because I got to show you a bunch of things. This controls the air wash, the high and low. It controls the amount of air that comes into the stove through here, which keeps cool air between the glass and the fire, which helps keep the smoke from building up on your glass on the inside when you're burning wood. Mostly used for wood. It's when you usually get a dirty glass. When you're burning coal, which is usually nice and clean, you don't have to worry about it. But the control lever, in most cases, what I found out is that we're usually, for burning wood, you keep it more to the low. You gotta remember, if you're burning wood, this control lever here is letting in air as well. So if you're running a stove at 400 degrees and you closed off the dial on the back, and all of a sudden you notice the stove's not staying at 400 and it's riding up to 450 and then it's climbing to 5. Check this knob here, okay? Because if this is open to high, you're letting a lot of air in. This is when you're burning wood, of course, and you want to get closer to low, because what you're doing is you're letting in so much air that the DS regulator in the back is not able to function like it should because you're letting too much air in, okay? There's true fire bricks in here inside the stove as well. They're 1.25 inch front. They have them in the front, the left, the right, and the back, and they're too high. You can fill the whole box up with wood in here. It's not going to hurt the fire brick. The fire brick are not going to break under burning them. I do apologize for the shakiness. The bottom is the ash door. It's also cast iron. I've got a little fancy little label on here now, DS, okay. And we'll open up the cast iron ash door in the bottom. As you can see, nice long ash door. It has to be wide because we have a wider stove and we want to take advantage of the space under there. Here's the ash pan. I got some hand sanitizer in there and a marker. There's the ash pan. Okay, this comes out. There's the large ash pan for this size of unit anyway. And then in the back you can see the little critter trap, as I call it, critter cage. It keeps the mice from getting into your stove, or hopefully nobody has mice, but for the most part that's what I call it. If you live in the country and you have a wood shop or something, and every now and then someone will have some kind of critter in the off season, you don't want a critter building a nest in there and then affecting your system. But that's what I call it. You can call it what you may, and but a critter trap is what I call it. It's just to keep any critters from crawling in there and building a nest and clogging up the flow of air. Like I said, this is the DS Comfort Max 75, and we put that away. Do apologize for the shakiness. I'm trying to hold the camera while I'm talking to you. And very, very impressive stoves. All of them are. This is, like I said, the Comfort Max model, between 1,000 and 2,000 square feet home. It's 92% efficiency. It actually does 70,000 BTUs with wood. Okay, so if you're burning coal in it, you're going to get a lot more BTUs. And you'll probably be closer to like 100,000 BTUs with the coal. It's the firebox is a 19 inch by 12 inch. Okay, that's the width. It's 19 and 12 inches of depth. You take an 18 inch log. It's 2.3 cubic feet. Okay, that's to give you an idea of the volume inside. That's the size you'll actually be stacking with your firewood as well. And the overall is 26.25 inches in width, 24 inches deep, and 39 inches high. Okay, The loading door is 18 inches by 12 inches, 18 inches wide, 12 inches high. And you'll have a top exhaust is actually 6 inches. Okay, so this can connect to any existing chimney system. It's a 6 or 7 inch now. You'll be able to disconnect it and connect this stove right up. There is an optional blower available, and it's 160 CFMs. The weight on this thing is almost about 600 pounds. And the sheet metal jackets on the sides is a standard. That's kind of what happens. The heat comes off the side of the stoves and the back of the stoves, and it's going to come out of the top of these holes. The bottom's open, by the way. It's not just open on the sides, but it's open underneath. So what's going to happen is the heat rises out of the top. It's going to pull the cold air in through the bottom of these sides, and of course that air is going to get reheated. Now the air will just naturally come out of these openings. Okay. If you put a blower on it, it just pushes it more. And I have been recommending people not to buy the blower, and they can buy the blower if they want. I give them an option. I'll sell you a blower if you want a blower. But the stoves do such a great job of circulating the air naturally and getting the heat off of the stove itself that through the circulator tubes help circulate the air. Okay, and through the room and everything works really well. The other thing is, like I said, it's the blower. There's this slot for the blower. It doesn't hurt running it without the blower on it. Like I said, most of them are sold without the blowers. I also sell the 110s without the blowers. There's an optional for the blower if you like. The situation is basically you can spend the money if you like and use it. That's fine. Most people end up buying it. Whoops. Most people end up buying the blowers, end up not using them anyway. They find out that the stove does such a great job without it. But it is an option. If you want it, buy it, you have it, and then if you use it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. So at least you have it. Like I said, this is Bill, again, from MessickStove on YouTube, MessickStove.com. Please check the website out at MessickStove.com. We have our new updated look here at MessickStove.com. Just want to make sure you see that. And that's our business cards. Also, I'll take a little shot up here. Sales, service, installation, and delivery. MessickStove, wood and coal stove shop. 856-364-8727, MessickStove.com. That's our new look, and just want to show you guys what's going on with that. There's your 75 that we're talking about. There's the DS display for the brochures, and also just to let you guys know, which you probably already know, DS Stoves authorized dealer. Okay. So anyway, just want to go over this with you, let you know what's going on, and give you a heads up what's happening. Like I said, we sell the chimney systems as well. If you happen to be interested, excuse me, let me bag up here, the chimney liners and also the chimney systems. So, and the greatest thing about ordering from MessickStove, of course, is that you get our knowledge. Okay, you get our knowledge. We tell you. We send you the manuals, we'll send you installs as well, manuals, and you'll have the information in front of you. You'll say, okay, this is, how do I do this? And then you're going to call MessickStove, and we're going to turn around and walk you through it. We're going to walk you through the whole process and help you out if you need the help. And like I said, MessickStove is here for you. And this is the ComfortMax 75. Just wanted to go over it and let you guys know what's happening. Also, there's the cast iron grates in the bottom. I guess I didn't really show that too much. They actually move with the unit, and that's actually done here on the side, an external lash handle. Okay. They did also put wooden knobs on these ComfortMax 75s, and it's a little nicer. It looks nice, and so you got this knob at the top. Right hand side is your open to close your stove damper. When you're running it, you keep it closed. You have an external Shaker grate handle, you're going to use that mostly for the coal. Minimum every 12 hours you want to shake it. You have the wood handle here to open the loading door with the glass. And then you have a handle at the bottom on the ash door, which you open that up. And then you have a little knob in the middle for the high and low air, the air wash system, allowing air to come into the stove. And again, this is a DS Machine stove, Comfort Max, 775. I will show you the brochure here a little bit. And then you can get the brochure on my website at MessickStove.com, and you'll be able to download that in a PDF file and have it for yourself. You can print it out as well or look at it on there. Again, this is Bill from MessickStove.com, and thanks for watching the video. Any other questions, give us a call, 856-364-8727, also at MessickStove.com. Be glad to help you out and glad to make a sale to you. If you want one of these things, we can get them out pretty quick. Right now the season is in the middle of the swing of it. Things are getting pretty busy. But give us a call. We'll take your order. We'll process it. We also do credit cards. You also can do the check. So all that information also should be on the website. If not, we send you a quote. It'll be stated on the quote. Also go to MessickStove.com. Go to the far right on the page. It'll say on the main page. It'll say quotes. If you click on that, there'll be a quote for a chimney system, quote for a stove, or a quote for, or there'll also be a suggestion box and also a question. So fill out one of the forms, and we'll get back to you with a quote. Any other information, you're welcome to call us as well. Thanks. It's Bill from Messick Stove on YouTube and MessickStove.com. Thank you.